Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Um, we just got the news, bro. Two back-to-back videos with news. Uh, Old Civic 22 might be back because if you remember last year, I'd also make videos like this, but again, posts are broken, so I have no choice but to make this into a long-form video because I think this does deserve its own video in a way because Austin Hill is the one to be driving the 33 car full time in 2027. Of course, this year he had to do the O'Reilly Series full time, and after the unfortunate passing of Kyle Busch in May, he had to kind of take it upon himself to take a legendary car, and yeah, you know the rest. He's doing basically Cup full time for 2026 and O'Reilly Series full time in 2026, balancing those two out. And it's been a tough year for Richard Childress Racing, to say the least. Um, it's been tough for all of us, whether you're a hardcore fan, whether you're a casual fan, whether, you know, you were a fan of KB or not. It hit us hard, especially in May. Um, you never know how you truly feel someone until they're gone. I learned that the hard way. Um, sure many of us did, in fact, learn the hard way. Um, but yeah, this is great news. I thought about it. If this is the same team that went through tragedy in 2001 in the Daytona 500, you would expect the team to, give a little leeway and, kind of, you know, give a driver an opportunity that they deserve to establish themselves into that car. Again, in 2001, the Daytona 500, after the passing, of course, of Dale Earnhardt Sr., Kevin Harvick established himself, taking the rebranded number 29 car and made it basically his car, made it his own, and made himself very famous in that car. And I kind of want the same for Austin Hill here. It's the same team. Both Richard Childress Racing sadly has to deal with two tragedies that happened 25 years up, yeah, 25, 26 years apart, somewhere around there. I think it's 20. I don't even know how to count. It's been years apart, but yeah, it is 25. Oh my God, I cannot count. 25 years apart, same team going through tragedies, okay? And again, Harvick established himself with a 29 car, went on to be a champion. I kind of want to see that with Austin Hill, even if he's not doing the greatest right now, but you're not going to expect big run speed from the 33 because, well, that's just the way it is. You're kind of in this unfortunate situation where you have to fill in for big shoes like KB was. And again, just like Dale Sr., he was a legend. I'm sorry to compare them. I know I really shouldn't be comparing them, but for all purposes, I kind of have to because, again, same team going through similar tragedies. Also during big weekends, which is eerie enough. The Daytona 500 and the Coke 600 are some of the biggest races on the schedule, and knowing that those two races um are now kind of part of tragedies now. That's a big deal, even bigger for the Coke 600 now, knowing that we're gonna have to deal with that day in the future and knowing what happened in 2026. It's taken a really big toll on us, and I think knowing that we've been in this rather interesting, whatever you want to call this year, I don't know, put the tragedies aside and all the sad stuff that's happened in motorsports this year. It's been a really great season, but then you have to factor in that we did lose people this motorsport season. It's become one of the most interesting motorsports in a long time, and I haven't seen this many deaths in recent motorsports like this since the 90s when it was, uh, a big deal in actual racing. Thank goodness no one actually died on track, but I'm glad that most motorsports now are adding a rule to kind of watch your health. It's a big deal to watch your health, and that's a great thing. I know this video is about Austin Hill. I should really be talking about Austin Hill, but I just want to say that and get that out of the way. But again, I'm glad that motorsports are now pushing to have drivers watch their health and watch their bodies and make sure that they're healthy enough to actually race the car on Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays. So that's great. But yes, this is great for Austin Hill. Again, he needs to establish himself with a 33 car. I'm pretty sure. Well, I saw that a lot of people actually wanted a different driver for the 33, which surprised me because I feel like, again, it would have been more appropriate to have Austin Hill for at least one more season in the 33 before moving on. And this is great. So I think give him one more year. If there's an extension beyond 2027, that's great. But I think now is a great time for, again, Austin Hill to establish himself to a 33 car, be part of Richard Childress Racing. I know he's part of Richard Childress Racing, the O'Reilly Series. Obviously, he races the number 21 car. He gets wins there. But I want to see him improve for 2027 because I do want to see him continue being in the 33 and continue that legacy that was once carried by, of course, none other than Kyle Busch. So I kind of want him to keep on filling in those shoes, kind of, sort of, in a way that's not like, you need to be the next KB, but like, he needs to have his own career, and I think now's a good time for that. Am I scared it's kind of rushed to the Cup Series? No, not really, because he was put in that situation. Am I worried that his teammate Jesse Love is going to be going full-time next year in the 21 car? Yes, I am worried for that one because he wasn't put in an unfortunate circumstance. This was just kind of a deal that kind of went through with the Wood brothers and RCR kind of letting Jesse Love go. So, yeah, I think Jesse Love and I'm praying because I am a Jesse Love fan. I think hopefully he does have a great run in the 21 car. Hopefully it's not being rushed to the Cup Series. Hopefully he actually is up front once in a while during those races. I think that would be pretty fire for him. I think that would be great for the team. Obviously, the Wood Brothers is one of the most famous teams in motorsports, if not the famous NASCAR team in motorsports. Like, don't forget, that was like the first team that ever kind of went through back in the 50s. So, yeah. But yeah, this is very interesting. Again, happy for Hill. Uh, it'll be great because he doesn't have to double two series at once. And again, similar to Kevin Harvick in 2001, guess what? Harvick was in the O'Reilly Series. He also had to do O'Reilly Series full-time and Cup full-time. Granted, the passing for 2026 happened kind of later in the season, still early, but like Kevin Harvick, second race of the season all the way to last. Austin Hill, I forget where the Coke 600 lines up on the schedule. I'm pretty sure it's the fifth race of this. No, not fifth. Wait, is that too early? I don't know. I even check. I think it's the fifth race of the season. I will probably edit that while editing. But yeah, that is fantastic news. I am, again, happy for Austin Hill. I'm happy that Richard Childress is finally kind of, still healing after what happened in May. I'm happy to see everyone at RCR kind of healing, seeing us as the fans and everyone in motorsports just seeing us heal, because I never seen so many motorsports and kind of NASCAR in general, and again, all motorsports just come together that day. It almost brought us to world peace. I'm not even trolling. That might have been the closest thing to world peace that we had, but yeah, no, it was great. It's this news is great. I wonder who's gonna fill in the 21 car for RCR in the O'Reilly Series next season. My guess is probably if Josh Berry can't find a cup ride by then, hopefully it's that 21 car. And if it's not the 21 car, then hopefully it's the 2 car. Hopefully he lands an RCR if he does go down to the Riley Series. I don't see him going back to Junior Motorsports because those are all filled. And hopefully Carson Kvapil finally gets to go full time in the 1 car, even though it doesn't look like that's happening. It looks like he's being kind of let go too. So, don't know where he's ending up. Hopefully not in Cup because he will definitely be rushed to Cup. Only 2 wins this season. And besides those 2 wins, he was known for flipping at Kansas. So, yeah, it was looking like a rough season until he won at Iowa and Indianapolis, which was great for him. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of opportunities now for drivers to move around, teams to move some drivers around. By the way, no one's fired this season, which is great. Last year we had a lot of drivers being fired or let go. When I mean let go in these terms, I know I said let go a lot in this video. I mean like not the teams actually firing them, but kind of helping them get contracts in a way, because I know the teams also have to help get the driver that's leaving their organization move to another. So yeah, it'll be interesting how silly season lines up for 2027 because it's just getting started. We're getting a lot of more news, a lot more rumors. So it'll be interesting on what happens next season. It's gonna be weirder to say the least, but this season was already pretty weird. Probably the weirdest NASCAR season I've ever dealt with in my life, which says a lot because I remember 2020, 2021, heck, even 2022 when they launched the next gen. Those 3 years were pretty weird for the NASCAR season, but this one I think definitely beats all 3 of those just because of all the mix of emotions we had this year of happy, sad, kind of there have been times where I've been angry, which is, again, I'm not usually a guy who makes rant posts or videos, mainly definitely posts. I don't really go on videos and rant about anything, but my posts, I've been fired up on some things, and yeah, that's definitely the interesting side of me when I do those kind of posts. But anyways, again, so great that we actually have more teams and drivers moving things around. It will be very interesting, again, where people line up for next season. Cup will probably be filled out. There's always that extra 1 car. Everyone forgets about that there can technically be 41 Cup cars in the field. I wonder if we can get a full field of 41 cars, because the way everyone is kind of moving around, it seems like that there's a possibility that it won't be just the Daytona 500 next season that will have 41 cars. Maybe we'll have a 41 car field. I don't know, probably not. I was gonna say a short track like Bristol, but Bristol can definitely not hold 41, let alone 43. Yeah, maybe we can have a 41 car field at Kansas, Charlotte, Talladega. I love to see a 41 car field other than at Daytona. So hopefully we can get more drivers like that to be involved. Hopefully more part-time drivers get involved. And if this all becomes true, which most of it is, yeah, all of it is true actually. Well, Jesse Love is already being the 2027 Rookie of the Year because Austin Hill and who was it? Austin Hill, I forget someone else. But those guys are not eligible for Rookie of the Year because they did more than 1 season, and technically NASCAR is counting Austin Hill's kind of start to be his full-time start, which is very weird because he's not the one who started the season. He is the one that's ending the season in the number 33 car. So that's very interesting. So we will see what happens there with the whole Rookie of the Year and who's going to run for it and the drivers that are eligible for it, because I think it's only Jesse Love that's eligible for it, so he'll get it automatically. And yeah, Austin Hill is not eligible again. Being counted for a full-time season is very interesting to say the least. I don't know, that's kind of weird in my opinion. I mean, they could have moved him to the 2026 ballot for that, but oh well. Um, Very interesting that that's all going on as well, and that's something to look forward to. Um, you know, and there's also speculation for 2028 after Denny Hamlin and Alex Bowman retire. So we will see what that will look like. I'm not expecting anything major from that news just because it only is one season left for them, and there's not going to be a whole moving around in Hendrick Motorsports and Joe Gibbs Racing, so we can only see what happens there. Only time will tell for that kind of news, and hopefully we get that around hopefully July of next year. Probably at the earliest. If not at the earliest, then we're probably gonna have to wait towards the end of the season to see who takes those rides. But yeah, to end it off, again, congratulations to Austin Hill making an extension for one season. Again, I was hoping for this. I thought it would be a cheap move to not have someone else other than Austin Hill to take the 33 ride. I think that would have been a really stupid move and kind of inappropriate. I thought it would have been more appropriate if they had Austin Hill, which thank God he is, to kind of put himself into that 33 car and again establish himself to that car and kind of make it his own, again similar to what Kevin Harvick had to do in 2001. So yeah, really weird that 25 years it happens again to the same team, which sucks. Hopefully that's not a cursed number. Hopefully in 25 years we don't have anything similar to this happen again, because I don't know, man. It's awful, but I'm pretty sure it won't. Again, NASCAR mandated, and not just NASCAR, a lot of motorsports took what happened in May and put in their own rules to have drivers watch their health and make sure that they're healthy enough to actually do what they love, and that's race cars for a living. But yeah, this is what they love, so it'll be a lot for them. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay rowdy and peace.
A little heavy fog, a little mist all over the racetrack. So
we saw when we started our coverage, 33 car was parked on the pit lane. RCR electing, with the passing of Kyle Busch, to not race the 8 this weekend and in the near future. The 33 will be the second entry for Richard Childress Racing, and it's Austin Hill behind the wheel for tomorrow's Coca-Cola 600. Ten minutes into practice for the Coca-Cola 600. Stenhouse, Hocevar, McDowell, Blaney, and Heim, the top 5.